This video is to be used for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performance does not guarantee future results. Trading stocks, options, and spot currencies involves substantial risk, and there's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. No representations are being made that any software or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. This is the Premier Trade Market Wrap with Ivan Caesar.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Market Wrap for Thursday, July 5th, 2007. Stocks ended today's session mixed as bond yields rose from last week's low of 5%. The Dow closed today's session slightly lower by about 11 points at 13,565. Tech-heavy NASDAQ was the strongest gainer, up almost 0.5%, or 12 points, closing at 2656. And the S&P 500 was higher by 0.5 percentage. It closed at 1525.40. Growth in U.S. service industry unexpectedly accelerated to the fastest pace in 14 months in June, reinforcing evidence the economy picked up last quarter. The Institute for Supply Management's index of non-manufacturing businesses, including banks, builders, and retailers, rose to 60.7 in June from 59.7 in May. The Labor Department reported that new applications filed for unemployment insurance rose by a seasonally adjusted 2,000 to 318,000 for the week ending June 30th. The level of claims was slightly higher than the 315,000 that economists were expecting, but nevertheless was in a range that pointed to a sturdy job market. 4-week moving average of new claims rose by 1,750 last week to 318,500 applications, the highest since late April. International news: the Bank of England raises key interest rate by 0.25 percentage point to 5.75%, the fifth increase this year, in an attempt to curb inflation. The widely expected move puts rates at a 6-year high as the central bank struggles to contain rising prices in a booming housing market. The European Central Bank kept its interest rate at 4%, but hinted of future rate hikes in response to growth in Germany, Italy, and other European countries. The European Central Bank kept its rate at 4% as expected after a 0.25 point hike in June. The American Petroleum Institute reported a climb of 1.2 million barrels in crude supplies for the week ending June 22nd. The Energy Department had reported a rise of 3.1 million barrels for the latest week. Motor gasoline supplies were up 48,000 barrels. The government reported that supplies were up 1.8 million barrels. Hilton Hotels agreed to an all-cash buyout from Blackstone in a $20.1 billion deal that would instantly make Blackstone the world's largest hotel owner. The deal was valued at $26 billion, including debt. Samsonite said it agreed to be acquired by funds affiliated with private equity company CVC Capital Partners for $1.49 per share, or about $1.1 billion. The SEC said the company had about 742.1 million shares outstanding, implying a purchase price of roughly $1.1 billion. Scheduled economic reports for Friday include the non-farm payrolls data for June. And for earnings as far as Friday is concerned, well, there are no major earnings scheduled for Friday. On Monday, July 9th, the second quarter earnings seasons will begin with the release of Alcoa's earnings after the closing bell. This has been the Premier Trade Market Wrap for Thursday, July 5th, 2007.